7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Are you listening?
Ricky J. Sports.
What's going on, everybody? This is Ricky J. Welcome to another video. Today, guys, we're going to have some fun in some Fight Night Champion. We're going to use Manny Pacquiao, and we are going to try to beat Errol Spence Jr. These two guys are set to fight August 21st in Las Vegas. I cannot wait. And I thought, why not get hyped up and make a video on these two guys? So we're going to use Manny Pacquiao and Errol Spence Jr. You know, he is the WBC and IBF champion. And holy cow, they're going to be unifying the belts. And you're probably thinking, unified? How is Pacquiao a champion? Is he a champion? Well, let me tell you something right here. The future Hall of Famer, Manny Pacquiao, is still considered a world champion, kind of, because he was designated by the WBA as a champion in recess, because the current champion had to vacate his title. So the sanctioning body said in a statement that with the vacancy of Yordanis Ugas, he has been promoted to become the WBA's top title holder in the welterweight division. Pacquiao now is a champion. So they're going to be unifying, and correct me if I'm wrong, 3 belts in this matchup. So I set Errol Spence Jr. to 97 and Pacquiao to 95. Let me know if you agree with that. But here we go. We're going to set it to the hardest setting here. And I made a little change, and I want to show you guys something here. So we put it to greatest of all time. And what I did was I set the CPU offensive awareness to max, CPU defensive awareness to max as well. Look at that, the new lightweight champion has logged in. And I put the CPU punch output way down to only 1 notch. See that? Only 1 notch. Just because in this game, a lot of people say that the AI is really aggressive. So when you bring it down, you're not going to deal with that aggression. And you're probably thinking, if you haven't played this game, that aggression makes things difficult. No, it makes it easy because you can kind of get the AI opponent to kind of gas out. So we're going to get things started. And oh man, I did a simulation fight, and I'll post it here as it's loading. And Spence Jr. won in the 6th round via KO. Let me know your predictions. But you know, Errol Spence Jr., he is undefeated, 27-0, and Manny Pacquiao, and the thing is, Spence Jr. is 31 years old, in the prime of his career, pretty much, and Pacquiao is 42. We thought he was leaving boxing, but he is now jumping right into a title fight. Would this be crazy, seeing Pacquiao, you know, get all those belts this late in his career, in the twilight of his career? But as far as Spence, you know, he's going to be using that beautiful jab, that reach. I love the long stance that he does using that double jab, but then he always has that left hook, that left uppercut. His power is amazing, and especially his ability to go to the body, you know. I don't know if you guys remember that in the beginning of his career, people would always call him the body snatcher because he would always rip up the body. But he's also so good at going down low, ripping up to that body, and then going with those beautiful uppercuts and getting guys to basically give up and not, you know, stand up during the 10 count. You know what I mean? So he is fantastic. He is so good at managing his stamina, understanding when to explode and when to back up and when to read his opponent and looking for openings. He's so good at that. So I really feel that Manny Pacquiao is up against it. I'll be cheering for Pacquiao, but my money won't be on Pacquiao. And if you're thinking about the odds, at first the odds had Pacquiao as the favorite, but now things have changed. One of the websites that I was looking at had Spence Jr. at a minus 345 and Pacquiao at a plus 240. So that seems about right. But in this fight right here, I'm going to be using Pacquiao, and I just have to pick my spots, man. I think with Pacquiao, he has weird angles when it comes to his punches, and I think it's something that Spence Jr. hasn't really seen. So hopefully that will help Pacquiao score early and gain some confidence. He really needs that first round, in my opinion, just to gain that confidence. But it'll be pretty interesting to see just how he does at the age of 42, man. But let me know your thoughts about this matchup. But here we go. This is one and done, man. We are live using Manny. Filipinos. Living legend. Again, we got to be So careful, respecting the power of Spence Jr. This is 12 rounds. Look at Spence already. Looking to hug me and slow me down. But look at this. I feel like I'm doing a decent job just... There we go. You know, using my distance game. We got to go to the body as well. See that? Just quick. Quick shots. Oh. And Pacquiao, I think he's got to be so careful with Spence Jr.'s jab, man. His jab is so good because he sets it up, kind of uses it as a measuring stick to set up that left hand, man. And his left hand, that power is just so amazing, especially at this weight. Yeah. Getting him to miss. That's what we want, man. That's what we want, but I don't want to whiff too much. I also want to catch the punches. And I created Spence Jr. in this game and made him 97. I made him with fantastic power. So if you see why I'm not kind of engaging in a phone booth fight, I'm not really staying in that pocket just because I don't want to get hit with anything crazy. But it's funny, even though I set the punching output down, I'm seeing Spence being a little aggressive. And don't forget, Spence Jr., he's an Olympian. He participated in the London Olympics. And he did well in the first few rounds, but then lost in the quarterfinals. But good on him for just taking his time in the amateur realm, doing well in the Olympics. And now he's undefeated. Oh my gosh, we gotta be so careful. I gotta stop talking. There we go. Oh! And as you can see with the punches, man, Spence just has more zip. And it'll be interesting to see that heart of a lion that Pacquiao is, that amazing aggression that he possesses in his game, to see if Pac-Man could really get inside and just overwhelm Errol Spence Jr., really overwhelm him, try to see if he can get him to fight out of his element. It's really going to be interesting to see how this fight pans out. But here we go, second round. From a stamina aspect, I feel like I'm doing pretty good, man. Look at this. There we go. My best shot of the fight so far. Oh, both guys going for uppercuts. Again, I can't get too excited. That's the thing. Every time I play Fight Night Champion, I get excited, man. I get excited. When I'm seeing success, if you've been following me for a while, you guys know it. Get too caught up in the moment. Oh, Spence is doing, the AI Spence is doing a good job using that reach. There we go. Oh. You do notice, though, that the AI's output is a lot less than what you're used to. So, changing the output gauge there, it's really changing the fight, in my opinion. Like, in my opinion, in this game, if you have good defense, one of the easiest guys to face is Tyson, because he's just so aggressive. There we go. The thing is, too, Pacquiao, he may see some success, but he's got to be so careful because Spence Jr. has that ability of just absorbing a shot and then coming forward and making you pay. And we've seen it time and time again. So you got to respect his power. Don't sit in the pocket for too long, in my opinion. And you got to know when to dial things back. That's what I'm doing right here. Holy. Oh, jeez. But imagine Pacquiao can get the upset. That would be like one of the craziest upsets in a long time, in my opinion. Just because, you know, you're 42. He's going to pull a George Foreman. Having success in his 40s. Amazing. Oh, I was anticipating him kind of jumping forward. I was going to do the step back straight. Nice, good little round right there.
Are you gonna let your hands go? You have to.
Here, corner.
This guy is beating the shit out of you. You have to
What?
throw 3 or
He's
4
saying he's
punches.
beating us up? I felt like we had a nice technical round, not getting hit with anything too crazy. Oh, there we go. Uh-oh. Oh, you see my health? There we go. Good head movement by Spence Jr. Oh, he's trying to go to the body. And you know what? Those shots are kind of hurting me here.
Hey, you got some of that too. Let's go.
Oh. And I always tell you guys, I always do one take. So if you're wondering, you're like, Ricky's quiet, man. Because it's one and done. Whatever happens, happens. I post it on YouTube, and if you've been following me, I always say there's some videos where I shine, and there's some videos that are so embarrassing. I won't let you know which ones. Yeah. There we go. Oh! Oh, man. Spence doing a good job. But you see that? See how he's doing a good job blocking that, and now look, I'm the one needing to retreat. I need to moonwalk back and kind of reset things. Oh, good head movement. And I apologize if you hear my controller. Oh, yeah. I'm trying to keep it as far away from the mic as possible. I'm going to start just getting into my shell, catching the punches. If you're new to this game, it's an old game, but you could tap the block. And you see his stamina going way down? You could tap the block, and if you tap it right, drains their stamina. Look at Pac. Oh, nice. Oh, boy. Again, you got to know when to swallow your pride, man. You got to know when to retreat. You got to know when to reset. And as this round's coming to an end, I don't know if I even said my prediction. I'll tell you right now, my heart's with Pacquiao. You know, I have some good friends that are Filipino, and I love going to their house and watching. Back in the day, I used to always go and watch these Pacquiao fights, and they were so amazing. So Pacquiao, I always have a special place in my heart for Pacquiao. So I'll be cheering for Pacquiao, but my money's on Errol Spence Jr. Man, I feel like his power, his youth, his speed, his athletic ability, his length is going to be the factor, and I feel like he's going to win The simulation said 6th round KO. I'm gonna say it's gonna go a little longer. I'll say 8-round stoppage. I feel like he is going to stop Pacquiao. But like I said, I'll be cheering for Manny for sure. But here we go. Look at that. We won our first round. I gotta be so careful. Once you start whiffing on punches, especially, you know, north of the 3rd round, that's when your stamina really starts to dwindle. And in this game, the jab is not like in UFC 4, where I feel like the jab is a very powerful tool. In this, it's not as powerful, but if you pick your spots like I did right there, it could work in your advantage. But you don't want to just throw it out there. That's what I'm hoping in ESBC when it comes out. I really hope that the jab is more of an offensive tool. I can't even speak. Let me know if you want that, if you agree with that. Oh, there's a nice uppercut. Look at that. The champ retreating. Here's corner. Oh man, I gotta watch out for my stamina. It looks like Spence here is a little stunned. Oh, and down he goes! Down he goes with a crazy shot right to the body as he was looking to land a crazy hook. He missed, and they always say, you guys know in combat sports, the punch that hurts you the most is the one that you don't see coming. And he gets up like nothing happened, but we gotta... Oh, he's marching forward. Oh my goodness. He's marching forward looking to get that drop back. Yeah. Oh, what am I doing? Oh my goodness. That's what I was telling you about, getting carried away, man. I gotta stay technical. Oh, there we go. Oh my goodness. Unnecessary shots while he was making his way down to the canvas. And Errol Spence Jr. goes down. And he's not getting up, and it's over. You think that's gonna happen? Imagine that happening. Totally shocking the world. Everyone will go bonkers if that happened. But let me know your thoughts on this video, and most importantly, your thoughts on the fight between Spence Jr. and Pacquiao. Who's gonna win on August 21st? And on another note, you know what's so funny? It's taking place in Las Vegas, and on the same day, and I believe the same night, WWE SummerSlam is going to be taking place like not too far away from this fight. So it's also taking place in Vegas. So SummerSlam's in Vegas, this fight is in Vegas, and they're not too far apart. Hopefully that won't have a negative effect on both of those, you know, both of those events. But it's kind of crazy that they would schedule two big events so close to each other. But anyway, I'm not a programmer or whatever, man. So hopefully everything turns out well. But anyways, guys, let me know your thoughts on this one, and I'll catch you in the next one. And keep your ideas coming. I cannot wait to hear your fun, creative matchups, especially in Fight Night Champion. All right, guys, take care. This is Ricky, man. All the best. I'm out.